Hey everybody, it's Angela here from isfreeasyousee.com, and you have come to the right place if you are feeling stuck and lost and like you're not living up to your fullest potential. And what I do is I help women get unstuck and passionate about their lives again. And what does that mean? That means I help you do the work on the inside so that it reflects on the outside so that you are living a more balanced life. And I do this by providing you tools and resources in self-discovery, healing, and stepping into your personal power. And today I'm so excited because I'm going to share something that I think is so powerful. It's how to stop giving a fuck and start to live in your truth daily. Now you might think, oh my gosh, this is really scary, but actually a lot of us are so concerned about what other people think. It actually has something to do with our childhood and actually nothing to do with right here, right now. And that usually means that it's connected to our self-worth and connected to some type of shame that we have lived in our past. And you might be thinking, well, I didn't really have a traumatic past. Well, that's fine. So I'm not saying that you did or didn't. However, when you hear things like you're a bad girl for doing X, Y, and Z, then all of a sudden you're a bad girl and you're not worthy of making more money. You're not worthy of that raise. You're not worthy of that love. So that's actually where it shows up the most, and we don't even realize that it's actually showing up that way because we just believe that because we didn't have a traumatizing childhood, it means that, we shouldn't have these problems in our lives. And it's just not true, unfortunately. I'm not saying that I want people with trauma to live that way or whatever, but the point is that we all carry some type of baggage that came with us from our childhood that is actually hurting us because we are so concerned about what other people think. Another thing that is actually connected to that is feeling like we need to be validated, and we feel like we need to be validated because we don't actually trust or have faith in ourselves, and we actually don't have trust or faith in ourselves because of something that we believed from our childhood that made us believe that we cannot be trusted. So whatever it was from your childhood, maybe it was because you lied and we're all kids or we're all learning and you lie once in a while. It could have been something like that. And now all of a sudden you can never do anything again because you totally lost faith and trust from your parents or whatever. That could have been how it showed up in your childhood. Well, now it totally shows up in adult life. That's why you may be a people pleaser because you don't want to hurt anybody, and that's actually connected to your self-worth, unfortunately, which means that you were probably taught that your self-worth is connected to your ability to do something rather than just being alive, which is not true. And I know that that's really hard to believe. It was really hard for me to believe, but once I got a grasp on it and understood, I was like, oh, yeah, I guess that's true. It is true. I don't have to do anything to be worthy of the things that I deserve. However, we are in these situations no matter what, and so it's like, okay, so how do I stop caring what other people think and start living in my truth? Because it's kind of scary, and it is kind of scary. Sometimes we do say things that you might be afraid to piss someone off. You might be afraid to hurt somebody. You might offend someone or whatever, and you're just like, I don't want to do that. But the thing is if it's your truth, then you want to, because when you're living in your truth, it actually impacts your work and your business, and it actually puts you in a position to make more money because people see that you add value, and because you're actually making connections, because you might be offending people and people might be resonating with what you have to say, and that's completely okay. You are not for everybody, and there is nothing wrong with that. Okay, so I have 5. I don't know why I've been doing that. We've been putting double hands up through 3 or 4 videos now. I'm giving you 5 secrets, 5 ways, 5 hacks, so that you can stop giving a fuck about what people think, so that you can start living in your truth. The first thing that you want to do is you must start accepting yourself so that you will start loving yourself. If you are not accepting of yourself, no one else is going to be accepting either, because that everything that you see that's coming back to you is actually a reflection of you. So if you are not accepting of yourself, the things that you say, the things that you do, the way that you are not going to be accepted by other people. So start accepting and loving yourself so that you can start being surrounded by people that accept and love you as well. Number 2, connect with yourself. The reason why a lot of us are so afraid of what other people are going to think is because we actually are afraid of what we think of ourselves. And that's why we do a lot of avoiding and escaping. So in order to really start to figure that out, you want to start connecting to yourself on a deeper level. And you can actually do this through journaling. I recommend doing it through journaling because it does allow for safe self-expression, and that really puts you in a position to be completely and utterly honest with yourself. The third thing, find something else to do besides social media. And I know that this sounds a little bit ironic because you probably have found me like on Pinterest or on YouTube or something like that, and you're like, seriously, you want me to give up social media? I don't want you to give it up. I want you to find something else to do besides social media. I don't want you to spend all this time looking through the feed of people to compare your life to. And if you are really struggling with that, I really want you to start changing up your newsfeed and start deleting and blocking people and letting them go, because it's actually hurting you. The whole point of being in social media is to be connected and to actually feel good. If you're not feeling good about what you're seeing, it's hurting you and it's hurting your ability to do things. Cut back on social media so that it will help you, so that you can start loving and accepting yourself, because you don't have yourself to compare yourself to, right? We all kind of get that comparison thing going. I totally understand. I've been there, done that. I've deleted a whole profile, so I totally get it. But you want to spend less time on social media and more time on focusing on something that matters to you. I want you to start setting some goals and working towards them. So many of us forget about like setting goals and how important that is to us in our work. Like no matter what it is that you do or where it is that in your life, if you're trying to get healthier, then just set a goal to do an exercise once a week until you get used to it, and then increase it to 3 times a week, and then increase it to 5 times a week. Set goals for yourself. They don't have to be big. They don't have to be these big, huge, grand scale of goals. They can be something that help you strive for something more, so that you are focused on yourself, so that you are focused on putting yourself out there, so that you do believe that you are worthy of living a life that you want, so that you do live in your truth, and so that you do stop caring what people are thinking or judging or saying or whatever. And setting those goals and working towards those goals actually really does help with that. The fifth thing that you can do to stop caring about what other people think and start living in your truth is to stop taking things so personal. And we take things so personally because we actually agree with whatever the other person said. And that's unfortunate, because then that means that now we're triggered, now we're emotional, and now you and I are fighting, even though I don't really want to be fighting, but you're saying these things that are hurting me, and I don't know what to do because I'm taking them so personally. Stop taking them so personally. People do and say things only as a reflection of themselves. I cannot say that enough. And if I'm not making it clear enough, I actually have a resource for you that I will leave the link below. It is called the 4 Agreements, and it explains everything about this all in depth, so that you can really get down and dirty with why you take things personally and actually how to stop taking them personally. So I'll leave the link for that so that you can have that. But you really want to stop taking things personally. When you can stop taking things personally, it totally like changes your life. I promise, because I finally figured it out. Look, I know that stop caring what other people think. It's harder said than done. And I know that you want to be able to speak up and live in your truth and not shake when you speak and do the things that make you feel uncomfortable. And again, all of that is said, it's easier said than done. And I get all that. But I also know on the other side of that, it is so beautiful when you stop caring and when you start living in the truth and do the things that you want to and do the things that you really, really are passionate about. And in order to do this, sometimes we need a little bit of secrets or we need a little bit of help. And I'm going to recap those things for you so that you can take them home and really apply them. The first thing that you want to do is you want to start accepting yourself so that you'll start loving yourself. The second thing that you want to do is connect with yourself on a deeper level. Third, find something else to do beside being on social media all day long. 4, set some goals and work towards them. And 5, stop taking things so personally. Again, I'm Angela, and I'm the founder of AsFreeAsYouSee.com. I want to thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if this has helped you. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you around. Bye.